Hello. It's Sunday again. What does that mean? Well, so far it seems to mean that I am working on more MIDI remasters. I had an idea of what I was going to do today, but then last night, because it worked out so well the first time, right? During last night's session, I remarked, I'm like, hey, Double Dragon 2 had some pretty decent tunes. Well, I take a look. So, trying to stifle the yawns. At least not make them audible. Not going like, yeah. And to that effect, the sound of caffeinated beverages. Don't worry, it's not a full energy drink. It's just got caffeine. I don't even know what brand this is. Sorry, it ain't sponsored anyway. I don't need to tell you what brand it is because I ain't getting paid for it. Ha Ah, I will only tell you it's watermelon flavored. Does that seem to be part of the theme today, earlier? Anyway, so yeah, Double Dragon 2. I figured fitting to put on another beat 'em ups music. I was gonna put on Double Dragon 2's music, but I was like, we're probably gonna be listening to Double Dragon 2 music, so how about we don't wear it out? Figured that's probably a good thing to do. So yeah, we're starting fresh. We're not going with what I had in mind or what I was working on already. Because quite honestly, I'm tired enough where I probably don't know where I was going with something anyway. So I might as well start fresh. So as I said last time, Video Game Music Archive, great website for video game music. MIDIs, specifically. Yeah, there are other places for actual full regular soundtracks. I'm gonna apologize right off the bat. Like, I was like, hey, I'll be alright. I haven't been stopped yet. That was the key word, yet. This might have actually been a bad idea today. Alright, Double Dragon 2. Actually, quite a bit of selection. Double Dragon 1. Double Dragon 3. Even Double Dragon 3 got some love. Oh, God. It's going to have to be my next meme. Actually, I don't even remember what the music's... Oh, yeah. It's like something very under... I was gonna say under... Not underutilized, because it's the main main theme. Understated track. That's what I was thinking. This is a preview of what my brain's like right now. I got Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? Probably not, actually. Now that I think about it. I'm like, why would I have the music for that? Because it doesn't exactly stand out. But I mean, hey, if we're going to try to remember what that sounds like anyway. Am I really about to bulldoze my quote-unquote plan for a meme? Doctor, maybe by... Nope. Too far. Actually, I'll have to see if this is working, because so far as domain's actually been having a little bit of an issue today. Dragon. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I guess it's this track. Let's pause Final Fight. Yeah, so far as domain's having a little bit of a problem, so how about let's go for my alternate site. Now that one I will be keeping a little bit of a secret. Although if you ask me, I'll tell you, but some people do not feel as nice about you hosting actual original music versus MIDIs or fan music or even video game music formats. But I think this is a good idea. Final Fight, come back. Dr. Seuss. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. The volume, yeah. How bad is that? I'll find out what I can do with that. I am literally throwing out the original plan for today. Throwing out the original plan for today. Throwing out what I was already working on. Throwing out the new plan for a meme. Fuck it. Fuck it. Alright. MIDI. Unofficial. Nintendo. Yes. Individuals. Alright, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, you win. We're gonna try you out today. Why? Hey, Phoenix, welcome in. I didn't expect anybody in yet. Hey, how you doing? Screw them. Screw the plans? Okay, alright. As long as everybody's in agreement. Remember, it's your fault this goes wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, cause I'm curious, like, obviously I haven't even heard the, the MIDI yet. I don't even know if it's any... Why am I even opening it up yet? I should... Oh, listen to the MIDI first, jeez. One step at a time, Wolf. One step at a time, Bard. Right, it's down here. I don't know how that sounds originally. Oh, I'm totally agreeing with you, Phoenix. Like, if you're not going to have soundtracks available for actual purchase, especially that, like, I'm definitely a firm believer, try to support original artists. Even then, like, if they put out soundtrack CDs or whatever today for purchase, are the actual original artists even getting any cut of that anymore? So, like, just let people play the music. Just let people enjoy it. You know what? People listen to the music, they get that game or movie in their head, then they want to see that game or movie again. And then they do something like sign up for services, purchase, want to play them again. See, you know, that's how it should work. But no, it doesn't, obviously. Media player. Not too dissimilar. I was just curious. I'm always curious what the original ends up sounding like. Alright, so let's open this sucker up. Work that sucker up. No, get out of there. Individuals. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's literally just 2 square channels. Okay. Well, square and... You know, it says square 1 and 2. There's actually a saw in there. So is this the baseline then? No, not mute. I want to solo it. Now that sounds like the main melody. Why do I feel like there should be another track in there for like a soft drum or something like that? Alright, hang on. Hold up. We're gonna try something today. For Crap, I need the original file. Delphire, are you back up and running again? Seems to be kind of intermittent today. I don't know if they're being overloaded or something, but... Yes. Doctor... Jekyll and Hyde. We are going to... Alright, now I got the actual original file. Bring this over here. Throw that in there. Yeah, because, that's the opening. Maybe it's just the separation by the... Maybe it's just that separation is just really hitting me different than what's when they combined into like one entry on the MIDI here. What we're gonna try today is to convert it. Yeah, we're gonna convert it today. Let's see what happens. It may turn out good, may not turn out, may not turn out, may not. Come on, speak, think, process, parse. May turn out good or may not turn out better. But that's what we'll find out. And you get to see this process, because this is what I actually did for Farron's track. And hang on, I don't like that we're in silence here. Where'd it go? I thought I left open. No, because I didn't anticipate I was going to jump to a different thing here. Hang on, let's get some more Final Fight music going on here. No. There we go. Just want to get some more music playing, so we're in silence. Silence is scary. You can actually hear the gears turning in my head, and that's a scary sound indeed. Brain. What am I doing? Converting, right. Because I did that for Farron's Deadly Towers track. I converted the NSF file. And I did that for V's track for, we just did a Twin Cobra? The Twin Cobra? Twin Cobra, yeah, that's the name of the game. Alright, just in case. I don't think there's anything I need to worry about in here, but just taking it off screen just to make sure. My brain's in a dangerous place. Now my brain's like, hey, you want to do this track? Come on, brain. No, stop. You need to decide on a track. Can't keep jumping just because I'm listening to something. I'm like, ooh, this. This is pretty decent though. All right, come on, brain. Workspace. Where did I put it at? I'm looking for. Need some more caffeine to help. Medley. Oh, Phoenix, you are grossly overestimating my abilities. This is why I use MIDIs that are already made rather than trying to create something on my own. Because oh, buddy. Where the flying fig nuts did I put the dang converting software? No, it's in that folder. Why is it in that folder? Alright, no, I don't want the MIDI. I need the NSF. Go back. I'm glad you have some faith, Phoenix, because I certainly don't. And that's not self-deprivation. That is actually me having tried to create actual music, and that, like, obviously I'd have some assisted hand from already existing music here, but yeah, I've tried my hand a number of times in my past, which is why I never really got around to actually being like an actual music producer, like actually making, composing, all that. Dr. Jekyll. Yeah. Which is why I let talented people do their talented part, and then I just try to scrub in with my talent. Leave that open. Alright, let's try the English version. Very old program. Don't let 2014 fool you, because that ain't right either. Was not translated originally, and then somebody did a translated version. Translated version doesn't always work correctly, though, so sometimes I have to use the original Japanese version. How about just name it shorter? Because it's a very old program. Alright, let's try to open it up. I know it's cut off, just give me a second. Okay, there you go. Alright, open. This was what, track 2, right? Yep, second track on there. Okay. Jekyll. See how long it is. Probably at least 2 loops, maybe 3. Okay, about 39 seconds for 1 loop. So 40, 120, 2 minutes. So we'll say 205. Wait, 2 minutes, that's 125. Alright, let's see. Here's the MIDI. Okay, now let's get this opened up in our MIDI editor and see what we got out of this. I just realized it's going to be cut off, so how about I resize that to my stream window here. There we go. Maybe I should move it. Jekyll. No, wrong. That's not the MIDI. This is the MIDI. Tell about the icon. That looks like the MIDI player icon. MIDIs you want to record. Okay, now it's in the folder that MIDI editor's looking for first. Should be a little bit easier to find. There you go. Wow, 2 channels. Like, I'm not gonna. If somebody converted, that's up to them. That's fine. Let's see. So that's definitely the melody. Alright. Well, baseline seems to be pretty well separated here. So what we can do... I might have to be careful selecting some of these on my own rather than just blanket grabbing. Oop. Okay. So what we're going to do... Okay. These are the higher notes in a response to the bass. So we need to get this separated off onto another channel here. So how about we do that? Yeah, if you were to have a bingo card out for what I was doing right now, I would not have put converting and cutting up a MIDI as part of what I was going to do today. I was not going to have that on here. I mean, it's another thing that I do, so further demonstration of the things I do, I guess. Maybe. How about... Well, since the next channel is fretless bass, I might as well take the bass line and put it on there. I mean, these are not set in stone. I can change them in right in here once we get it in there. But how about we cut those out? All right, come on, brain. Selection tool. All right, what am I doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, is it gonna be shift that lets me? Yeah, shift. Okay. We'll worry about getting these on the other base, on the other, yeah. This note up here that made me worry about just going straight across on selection. Because it'll probably run into the lower notes of the main melody. And I don't want to accidentally select those. No, would not be good. I really want to do this track now. Not going to, but I need to put it in the old noggin. No, noggin ain't working. Write it down. Alright. Wait, 2? I don't know which track. If I don't know which track, I can check the VOD. Okay. Alright, what are we doing? Yeah, selecting. Alright, that's been recorded. Honestly, like this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde's probably what's good for my brain right now. Because, yeah. I am otherwise ready to probably just roll over and nap. I would be if not for the caffeine keeping me awake right now. Alright, we got it all. Okay. It's at the start, so edits. Copy events. Paste the channel. Grow the space. Paste events. Use son of a gun. Ooh. No duration. Here's the move tool. Come on, you son of a gun. Don't do that to me. No. You would think moving the scroll wheel a different direction would cause a different reaction, but no. Let's do this. Come on. There you go. No, stop. Do not stop. Yes. Drop it. Tell her to drop it like a dog that's got a toy. It's like, no, drop it. Alright, so if we hide those, yep, those are still there. And now we just need to go and delete the other ones that are here. Alright, now we can that back a little bit now that we're not trying to pre-aim this a little bit. How about I save my progress right now in case I make a mistake? Still here, right? Yep. Okay, now I just need to get rid of all the channels down there. And then figure out where this actually ends at, because I didn't put an actual correct ending for length. So we'll figure out where that ends after that. But that is one step at a time. One little jaunty cane walk at a time. As you are pelted with poo and children with rocks and people with bombs. You know, as you do. As is the standard for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Until you can't take it anymore, you rip out your hair, you grow fingernails, it becomes dark. I don't know what else. I'm not sure if there is an actual specified visual transformation. Well, I mean, you know, the original source material, that might be a source. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, in terms of, like, the game's design and stuff like that, like, very creature-like, but, like, do you rip your clothes, or do you put on new clothes? Who knows? Yeah, I think I need to adjust my mic here. I gotta tighten things up a little bit. Felt like I was like dipping down again. Okay. Alright, so now we have the bass track. A separate one. Nice, that'll work. Now we need to focus on where the actual end of the song is. This is probably gonna be loud. Be sure it's turned down. Press start to play. And there's a higher part. Yeah, so this probably marks off. No, that's the start again. So if we see a lot of dots in a row, that might be one loop. Yeah, about 30 seconds, so... Doesn't get to another... No, it doesn't. So probably should cut it here. Interesting, there's like an intro. As much as you can call that an intro, I guess. What is it though? Hang on. Yeah, and then that loops again. Okay. So dots, 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 dot, 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 dots. All right, we're gonna select. We'll bring back this. Delete. since it didn't make another actual full loop, because it took a few seconds to start, or a little bit longer than a second. Yeah, about a second and a half. So had it not put that in there, I probably would have done one more loop. That's fine. I mean, it's not a complicated track. It doesn't need to run for very long anyway. Okay. Oh, right. Let's cut off the trailing silence, huh? Shall we? Brain. Insert delete measures, yeah. There we go. Helped out a little bit. Alright. Alright, close that out. Thank you so far. Let's minimize that for now. Where am I going? Desktop. Yeah, record. Jackal. Okay, it just changes with each loop. That's fine. We can work with that. Alright, let's get it out of here. Why is there? Yeah, there's standardized tracks. Anyway, there's nothing in there. Nothing in it. Can I just delete these? Yes, I can. Alright, let's do that then. Hope this don't screw anything up. I want to try to reopen it. Oh, like it's such a complicated track. Probably should delete this in MIDI editor. You know what? If I should have... No, hang on. Just keep going the way you're going. Alright. Let's get it out of the defaults. Put it dawns as our start. Yes, fonts. Alright, now let's start to put in the work for it. Let's see. I had to break it to you, Phoenix. I'm more of like, hey, give me a professional email. I don't want to talk to you. Not you specifically, but if it's about work, I would rather take an email than a call. We gotta do a different baseline for sure. Slap bass. What? Oh, it jumps right to the third one. That's weird. Okay, well, that's annoying, but not the worst to work with. Anyway, that is up a octave way too high for sure. Yeah. I just put slap bass because it was funny, but it ain't really what we need. Too low. This is going to be too high. I think it needs to be an octave down regardless of what instrument I pick. Yeah. I don't disagree with your feelings on that, Phoenix. At that point, I would say, like, hey, what's this last minute shit? Yeah, I don't blame you there. What about, like, a harp for the higher? Dun, 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 dun. That's probably going to have to come down an octave, too, now that I think about it. Dun, 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 dun. Where is the harp? Orchestra harp. But that ain't working. Let's actually open up our bass section here. Let's just try warm frettles. Why not? So I forget what these actually sometimes sound like anyway. Ain't too bad. Something ain't sound right in any of this. I don't know if it's a conversion or what. Or if it's the echoing not coming through properly from the conversion. Yeah, something ain't coming out right there. All right, so let's try instead. Get some music going again. Let's try taking the other MIDI that was already humanly processed. Because what it is, and we open the MIDI back up so I can kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about here. Should remember its place. Yeah, it's free. What do I want? Jekyll. MIDI editor, you okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna try to open that again. Why isn't it showing? This may be cursed. This may be cursed. I don't have Junkie Desktop open. I don't know. Why do I have Junkie Desktop? What the hell? Where'd that come from? Maybe I'm losing it. Maybe Mr. Hyde's taking over. But yeah, I mean, if your firm told them Tuesday, Phoenix, and they firm said, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna guess it's somebody's, well, better be anyway. Somebody's like expecting, like, oh, everybody starts on Mondays, right? Like, no, some people have to start on a different day, just how circumstances happen before employment. MIDI experiments. MIDI experiment? No, not experiments. MIDI record. MIDI's on my record. All right. I'm curious. What happens when that's still the same, so why is MIDI editor having a problem? What's going on here? It opened because it's showing right here. Okay, this is a little cursed here. Oh, if you haven't gotten the employee handbook, oh. I'm not saying that against your employment. I'm saying the employers themselves, because that's the kind of stuff companies love to give out. What's it looking for? Yeah, this. I'll move this over here again. I wanted to showcase my point, but I think the fact I can't get it to open again is, I think, a good reason why I should not be using that. Now, let's see if the original opens up. Yeah, okay. Just want to showcase. Yeah, but you see how these notes... It's a little cut off and make sure this is focused here. See how these are really like basically doubling on top of each other like that? Don't know if those are actually like playing properly. I don't know if there's any other weirdness. Like, that's the problem with converting, is that like you can get some anomalies in how this is set to play. Like, there could actually be notes on top of other notes in here, and we can't see them because, well, it's literally on top of the other one. So it's probably something that went wrong with the conversion that's not playing right here. Oh, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? Why would we ever think anything went wrong with that? So what instead I'll do is I'll take the same idea and just like cut and separate that one instrument track into two. But this time I will use the actual MIDI that some human being parsed and created instead. We might have better luck with that. Yeah, because I have literally tried to open up like a conversion, like I'll see them literally overlapping. And in actual playback, that doesn't always work out properly. I've had to kind of go in there and kind of cut like a small tail end off of one note before it runs into the other one just to make sure it plays properly. I'm not doing all that. Not for a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde track. Not when we got something else we can try to use. No, not going to. All right. Oh, Phoenix, have you not heard about the NES game? Because I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with a musical, that's for sure. If you haven't, look up a long play of the NES Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It is a fascinating study on how to do most things wrong in a video game. Quite literally, because you've got a cane, which in most video games means that you use it to attack. And you really don't, except I think spiders are the only thing you can attack with your cane. Like, there are weird rules and logic that, like, do not apply when you're like thinking about it as a normal video game at all. Like there's just, it's almost fascinating how broken and terrible it is. So yeah, I'll nothing to do with the book. Probably not. I mean, the whole thing is that Dr. Jekyll is trying to get to the church to marry his beloved. But the whole town hates him, apparently. Or even the people singing on the street corners can hurt him. No joke. Like I said, fascinating game. Brain. MIDI editor. That's why I put that there. MIDI editor. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Alright. Yeah, basically the same principle. Except the actual person lined this up. Channel 2. Alright, channel 3. Selection tool. Nope, hang on. So I grabbed one of the notes from above. So you gotta be a little careful. Shift, yep. I mean, a lot of people know the game because of the angry video game nerd character. An episode. But like, it really is like a fascinatingly broken game. Just the odd choices that they made. And I forget if it's less broken in other regions or not. Okay, that shall all be set right. Okay. Copy events. Paste options to paste. I kind of expected that because it was a little bit off center. But no, we're not doing that again. No, don't. Thank you. Right, I'm on selection tool, not movement tool. That one's my fault. Here, I need to get this really off center in order to line it up. Looks lined up to me. Cool. Now we hide that. And destroy the evidence. Man, balance their demons. I mean, it still works on that kind of premise. I'm not talking about the inner demons, but like just somebody who... Because there's always been times where we are curious beings. We want to test, we want to poke, we want to prod. But a lot of things are instilled in us and say, hey, this is bad, don't do that. My brain just did a thing. Hang on. Uh-oh. I just had a thought. Just in case there was any notes hiding. Because I was like, why did it seem like it went bad after I deleted those notes? Maybe there was notes hiding. I don't think so. Wait. I selected it when it was visible too. Alright, hang on. We're just gonna close this up and reopen it. Don't save. Because now that I'm paranoid about deleting notes that are hidden in the overlap, I'm worried about notes that I might have copied in the overlap. And that could be part of what contributed with the other one, but there we go. Oh yeah, and that's absolutely the point, Phoenix. I mean, I'm sure that's what part of the actual moral of the story is. Like, yeah, we're beings that want to test, poke, and prod, but most of us don't want to take any steps. But like, there's always that part of the brain that wonders. Now, a lot of us is like, hey, I'm okay with just a video game. I don't need to experience this for real. I would not want to do this in the real because I understand the consequences. I understand what that would do to me and the other person. But the real problem is when it does become something that's you feel like you want to step over the boundaries with. But how many people would do that if they had a completely separate other person that they could become? Consequence-free, essentially. But that still leaves you with the experience, too. Assuming that Dr. Jekyll is conscious during the events. Okay. So, yeah, I would imagine that still doesn't set with him well permanently, especially since Dr. Jekyll, I mean, obviously doctor doesn't necessarily mean medical doctor, but at the same time, if somebody's a doctor and has committed themselves for a deeper understanding, I would imagine that's still not going to sit well with them over time. It's almost making me really want to read the book now. Can't see where they go with it, rather than just expository and thinking and wondering. Although that one would say that that is part of the mark of a good fiction, is that like gets you thinking, makes you curious about it, makes you want to experience it. Okay. So now that should have green, red. Okay. Green's hidden. It's not going to get selected by accident. Also, let's do that. Yes, do that. Yes, have some. Oh yeah, for sure, Phoenix. I mean, so many things would go right in this world if we just let just treat people with some amount of care and respect like you want to be. And yeah, the people would be like, well, yeah, but what about these people? It's like, it doesn't matter. Would you want to be singled out like that? No. Just treat everybody with the same amount of respect that you want for yourself. Problem is, you're going to have some idiots that are going to be like, well, I want to be treated like a king, and everybody can't be treated like a king. Yeah, maybe you have to take a step back and reevaluate that. If you realize it'd be a bad thing for everybody to be treated like a king, maybe there's something bad being wanting to be treated like a king. Maybe, just maybe. You know, just a thought process. There's a reason why we don't have a whole bunch of kings everywhere. Anyway, I was starting to go off into a rant in a totally different direction. Well, they ain't any more, Phoenix, I tell you, and I think they ought to be. Not that I've got any personal grudge with any king. I think King Graham of Daventry might have something to say about that too.
But Wolf, that's a fictional character. What are you doing comparing a fictional king to real kings?
And, well, small fair point. Then yeah, open up. All right, we got that separated now. Look, something had to fill in the gap. Something had to fill in the gap between that and the other. All right, caffeinated super beverage consumed. Let us try. To Chaco. All right. Oh, let's get these changed over first. Then I'll stop the music. I really want to do this track now. It's like I always remember this being a good track from Final Fight 2, but apparently it's called Carve a Dragon Wood. Carve a Dragon Wood. Sounds a bit dirty to me. But maybe that's because I was playing Saints Row 2. Okay, sound fonts. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Pause that up there. Actually, I might as well just stop it. Alright, this was the bass, so let's go ahead and get our bass out again. Go on, pack the bass there in the corner. Yes, pieces and others. Bass Legends. And what was it? Tyler Samba? Was that the one I kind of picked before? Ooh, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I got that. Not just bass note. It ended, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Guess I forgot to check where it actually ended at. This wolf! And before we do anything with it, no, don't create one. I don't want to remember. MIDI editor. So I think it would be better if it actually ends where it actually ends. Or if we extend it for another loop. Potentially. Yeah. Because how long is this? Yeah, this could probably use one more loop, right? Yeah. Trying to think how I want to do this. Because it's not exactly on the marker. But still should line up with the edge of here of these notes right there, though. When I go to copy and paste it. Okay, I think we'll be okay. Selection tool. Yeah, because this is slightly over the line, so being slightly over past the line, it should line up. Alright, gotta look for the dots again. There are the dots. Can I get them all in one go here? Apologize, this is a little bit off screen for you. Trying to get the whole thing here. Okay, that's the dots. I still need. Okay, that should work. Yeah, now I can definitely see the whole thing. Even you can, because the piano roll is mostly what's cut off on your side. I don't know if I caught all those notes. Nope, I missed one here. Got him. All right. Copy. Zoom it in some. Paste. Movement tool. You need to zoom that in a little bit. That should be close enough. There we go. Now that should be 3 loops and a half. Do I want to do 4 loops? Nah, it's kind of a simple track. 3 loops is fine. Because we'll have the initial loop, initial introductory, 1 loop, 2 loop, 3 loop, done. Just make sure I copied the loop right. Okay, that looks right to me. Now let's go back to the MIDI again. Just real quick, I'm gonna open up a different file. Just make sure there's no problems with it. There wasn't an arrangement file, so it shouldn't be opening up anything crazy, but I wanted to make sure it got the proper next loop in that. Okay, we'll go to our bases. All the bases belong to us. I know. Memes and all that, but actually, you know, pretty sure it's got a decent soundtrack. Enemy. Oh, what is it called now? Enemy alert? No. Yeah, this is bothering me. I know it's on the Genesis. Pretty sure I got the game soundtrack. At least I thought I did. 0, no. No, Zero Wing. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, this is bothering me. Zero Wing, Genesis. Yeah, you can see the right. Thought I had the soundtrack download for that already. We're gonna fix that real quick. Sega Genesis. There you are. No. How I did not have that download already, I do not know. Because I do remember that having a good soundtrack. Oh, that has been fixed. Alright. Right, we're ready to start experimenting. So let's go ahead and start experimenting here. Right, I was going to try a harp with that. Maybe a different sound font. It's almost a little bit haunting now. Oh, we gotta get that out of there. You know what this needs? Stop. I don't know what happened there, but... Is that on my X loop? Yeah, where'd the harp go? I did open it up, right? But... Hang on. Where are you? Oh, it's still there. Let's close some font in case it's having some problems. Why is it disappearing? Okay, maybe we're not supposed to use that sound font. Let's try a different one. Why is it disappearing like that? Did I play from the wrong one? No, because the piano was in this. Yeah, that's the right one, because that was my separated one. Okay, we'll proceed right now and worry about that in a little bit. I guess. I mean, if everything kind of orchestrated the way it is, I kind of almost want to fall into that. Just do the sim strings or something. Yeah, not sim strings. No, not VST. Wrong one. No. Some metal harp in this one. Screw it. Try it. kind of like the sound profiles, but not necessarily sold on those instruments. Maybe like a false synthetic woodwind. Let's see. And some of oh yeah, before I got distracted, I was gonna say let's slow it down a little bit. I think that because like that crystal piano is kind of like kind of pitch bending, I guess would be the best way to describe it. It's very slight, but considering how tight these notes are being played for their melody, that doesn't work. So, I think like your echo and atmospheric are going to be similar problems, but let's give them a try. I'm actually liking that. Not sold on the higher notes instrument yet, but I think slowing it down slightly also was a good idea too. Just need a little bit too rushed with the echoing and that, just kind of losing itself in the echo. Something of a longer lasting on the bass. I mean, not this profile, but that kind of idea where it's going to kind of stick around a little bit better. Listen, first off, hi Mifa. Second of all, yes. Why are those notes disappearing there? What the heck is going on? Yeah, so this was not the first plan. This was not the second plan. This was not the third plan. I was going to do Double Dragon music because of what I said yesterday. So I threw out the plan, and then threw out the backup plan to go for Double Dragon 2 music. I was like, oh, Double Dragon 1's got some tunes, Double Dragon 2's got some, even Double Dragon 3's got some love. And I was just out of it enough to say, screw it, we're memeing today. So, yes, that's exactly how this came about. Tired Wolf does weird things. So I said, screw it, let's give it a try. Do I trust my brain otherwise right now? No. Oh, I don't blame you there, Phoenix. You better give him the name of the interviewer or HR rep that signed that paperwork. Tell him, like, this is the interview I had. This is who I was working with. And they agreed that, yes, I could start on Tuesday. Because, yeah. Otherwise, some bullshit. Because regardless if you have whatever is happening on Monday for you that said that you need to start on Tuesday, I don't care what reason it is. It could be just you need to reset your sleep schedule. It could be you had prior plans. It could be you're helping to save a family member. I don't care what it is. If you said Tuesday and they agreed, then it's Tuesday. Okay, I'm still sold on the lead, and I like the FM jazz guitar kind of coming out on the higher pitch notes. Still not sold on the bass yet, though. I think we need to get away from the actual guitar. Bass Legends one. Or if we need to stay synthy with this. So do we go to consoles? What about something in the... Yeah, PC 98, why not? Let's see what happens here. See, it's got a longer presence to it. It's already sound better to me. Needs to be louder. Maybe something with a little bit more kick still to it, but I think this is kind of like the right idea. Stick around a little too long. Yeah, no. There's a little bit more bassy presence. Oh! I think I know what's happening. It's probably supposed to fade out then, wasn't it? It was probably supposed to fade out there on the original MIDI. Hang on, let's find out. But it didn't. Um. No, it doesn't. What? Then why? What? Who? Huh? Who did what and where now? MIDI events. Oh God. No, I'm not gonna. My brain can't. My brain's not gonna try to parse that right now. No. But let's go back to. I mean, if this screws up the arrangement, fine. I mean, it's only 3 instruments. It's not the worst thing to try to figure out again. MIDI adder. Is there Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? There's so many program control change. That would be where, yep. Mm-hmm. Why does it do that? What's it trying to do with all those control changes? Hang on. Two. I'm gonna try something here. Oop, and keyboard's complaining. Battery life. Give me a second. All right. Plugging in. We're okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to get rid of all of these. Let's hear how it sounds naturally without these program changes. Because there's no way I'm gonna be able to try to figure out how to put those back in on the repeats. But it didn't sound like anything was out of place otherwise. Except for the the notes disappeared. So I wonder what will happen if these don't exist at all. Save MIDI 2. Let's see what happens. Well, Phoenix, all I can say is I would recommend Lover to throw food in your general direction. So that's the first thing that's moving and it's safe to eat. Oh. Then I would warn Lover not to make sudden moves into your room. So it's losing some of the vibrato. I think that's the term for it. Huh. I guess maybe I'm not giving it the extra loop then, because yeah, I can't replicate that with how frequent those changes are. There's no way I can do that. So I guess I'm not going to give it an extra loop then. Well, that sucks. But that is what it is. That is the thing about not being a composer myself. I got to work within my limitations. So I'll open this back up. Right, where is it? Where are the program changes? My brain? Oh, right, it's down there. I was I'm like, wait a minute, where is this? Like, yeah, okay, all right, we got. Hang on. See if we can do this to kind of grab it and cut it. So like I can try to cut down right where it would end at. And while we're doing this, let's move on from Final Fights. I'm doing beat. Well, I was selecting a beat up because I was going to beat him up, but hey, at this point, screw it. Might as well. What's my favorite music thing to do? Brain's not parsing this. You love when you can find someone to sing in rounds with. I mean, I ain't got a voice for singing. I don't have the control. I am not tone deaf, but I also do not have great throat control over notes, which is why I don't tend to sing. Even though I don't mind singing. But yeah, there's a reason why I don't go karaokeing with anybody. Not anymore. Rose, I'm not sure what you mean by favorite musical thing to sing. Wait, if these program changes... If there's no notes to play off of them, then they're not going to do anything. They're just going to try to change empty notes. So I don't necessarily have to have these gone down here, just as long as the notes aren't there to play an effect. Yeah. It's these ones. I mean, we can remove some of these because we can get a whole nother measure out of there. Oh, I was a band geek. I used to play the alto saxophone. Standard band and jazz band. Yeah, I have always had an affinity for music, which is why I do this, what you see me doing right now, because music's in my blood. I may not be the best, I may not be the most accurate, but it's something I enjoy and have for a very long time. Hell, before I really had music to like genres and artists to call my own, like before I even could identify any, video game music has always been there for me. What am I doing? Measures, right. Dang, it's only gonna be about a minute long. It's alright, it's just a meme anyway, right? Alright, we'll save that as... Save that as the actual Dr. Jekyll too. I don't like to do that short, even if it is a short track. But again, considering this is a meme, you know. Get you back. All right, so we had Dawn's Schiffer, and brain's not going to remember. Use the tools to assist. There. All right, now let's open up the Dr. Jekyll 2 MIDI. Those are both good fonts. Super Italo, JS. Don's Colombo. Oh, the old row, row, row your boat. Yeah. I know, you're probably talking far different from just row, row, row your boat, but yeah, I know that's like a very prominent example of a song that gets that. Let's try, and I don't think the PC98 is what we're looking for. You know what? Computer based. No, that ain't gonna give me the right bass profile, I'm thinking. Let's try off the wall again. Alright, let's start playing now that we got this set up again. Close out that, don't need that. Do these guys go down like this too? Get back to that. Yeah, it's not working right. Off the wall ain't working. Oh, let's go back to our good fonts real quick. And oh, Arachno, what about you? What about your bassy lines? It even gets the guitar low. I don't think that one's, I think it's slowing down, so. Too pronounced, yeah. Too rich. Something's bothering me. I'm gonna go back to the old one real quick. If I did say save, I wanted to check out the transpose. Okay, so I did drop that down one. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. Not quite there. No, not sample. Wait, what about some... I think that might be a little too pronounced, but maybe. Something kind of in the retro MIDI variety. If it wasn't like a delayed, for the delayed hit of that note, actually might have worked out. Let's try Virtual Wave Paradise's version. Nah. But while we're here. I'm gonna try something. I wonder if I can, if you remember from the last session where I kind of took a note's initial hit down a little bit. Yeah, plus one. By not necessarily trying to give it reverb, but just kind of take away, like soften the initial hits. I want what and really right, simple. Yeah, because here I kind of hear dum 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 dum. Nah, all that's doing is just lowering its volume. It didn't really do the effect that I kind of had wanted to do with it. Because I'm not adding anything after, so close. Not quite. Nah, it's got an effect to it. It's not really not helping. Oh, no wonder why this is kind of throwing me like something ain't right. Forgot to speed it down again. Let's get out of this sound font. Spirin, what you got? What you got to say? That one's reverbing too long. Yeah, it's just building upon itself. Nope. Another thing that we know, because of all those program changes in there to kind of add that reverb and vibrato in the MIDI's programming, I know that's affecting some of these instruments, because if they're supposed to do their own natural vibrato, then the artificial vibrato and the instrument's natural vibrato are at ends of each other. So I know that's not helping this process a little bit here. Okay, Spirit ain't really helping us here. Let's go back to Don's Columbo here, just to see if there's anything that does work out here. I think that's a little bit too drawn out for the notes present. Don't know if that's right, but I might be on the right track for trying to find what we're looking for. Or maybe not. Maybe I was only working for that one. Phoenix. Alright. Oh, that one. What happens if I add some extra bass on that equalizer? Mm. Um, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I need to try another shifter instead. Because I don't know anything that's going to stand toe to toe with that exact, like how powerfully pronounced that shifter is. Try something here. Those two. Equalizer. Take a little bit out of the harshness of the treble. I mean, in terms of famous skunks, there aren't usually too many. I mean, there's Flower, the skunk from Bambi. But I mean, it's like Pepe Le Pew or Flower. That's all that comes to mind for me. Um. Yeah, otherwise I don't know too many famous skunks. Hmm. Let's give that a little bit more of a fat with the reverb. Give it a little bit more of the fat. Brain and everything is all done. Like, I'm just trying to see if I can finish this meme before I fall asleep. Well, then, Phoenix, you figure out the name of an adult flower, and because I mean, babies grow up eventually, but alternate caffeinate. Yeah, let's see about. I like where I've changed that note set to. Might be changing my mind. Changing my mind about the bass. Let's go through the bass lines again. Do I have anything marked? I do. I'm gonna turn that off. Oh, the wood boom. And then maybe change out the main melody. Bounce, 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 bounce. You're losing it, Sam. Yeah. Is your name Sam? No, you're Max. You're not Sam. I don't know if that's perfect, but that's working better in the analog. Now we need to get this, because I really like the sound of the higher tones going. Yeah.
Here is your rehydration solution.
I'll hydrate. Yeah, let's grab the actual water. Have a good Walmart run. Pick up some good stuff. All right, polish that off, and I think I'll open up the fresh water as well. Maybe it's the madness that's finally getting to me. Of course, I say lines like this in complete silence. Put that on your wolf soundboard, I guess, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals. Thank you for the hydrate, Mifa. Is there anything that's on that one? Let's get off the bus. Idea I like, but maybe not necessarily that instrument. Some kind of like a fake voice, kind of, maybe. No, not the false vibrato that's going on there. I think I'm starting to dial in here with the, like, as a matter of finding the main lead voice that I like. Wonder. No. Something a little bit more pronounced. Like, I was like, this is not bad. It's not pronounced enough. What if I need something console-y, like Genesis? it's about to stop again. Not bad, but let's do something better. Let's see, it's polysynth. Let's try some of the other Genesis packs to see if their interpretation comes out a little different here. It was on polysynth before. Why is it on? That one really does not. Okay. So much for Ultimate. I feel like I'm so close. I just find this lead instrument. I think we would have it. I need to go back to synthetic strings. Hmm. There's something I gotta test. I think I am running into a wall with the all control elements of there. It's just like, even if there's a noise, like a instrument profile that works, the forced like vibrato movements and reverbing movements with it, it's just like killing some of the choices. And I was thinking like we lose like some of the beginning here, like because that wow, wow, that's done by the program of the MIDI. That's not the instrument. Otherwise, it would probably just be do, just a held note. I think we might need to lose something like that in order just to be able to make progress, because otherwise, I think we're hitting a wall in terms of like what we can choose. Because of the direction I've taken this, the direction I want this to be in, I think we're otherwise gonna hit. I'm wondering what the muted FM is gonna sound like if I take that out. So return back to Saints Row. Streets of Rage. While let's open up the MIDI. Save an alternate copy. No, not you. I'm everywhere. MIDI editor. There we go. Let's open up a copy. Remove all of those. We'll save it as 3, and let's see how it goes with what I've basically been kind of doing already. Because I otherwise don't know. Like, I hate to take out what it's doing with the control change, but at the same time, like, I really don't know what else to put in there. So let's experiment. Three. I don't trust myself to type right now. I am really... I am fading fast. I'm just trying... If this were a shorter meme track, I would have already have probably given up the ghost and said, yeah, I can't finish this. But at this point, I'm just trying to see if I can finish this meme. That's not going to be everything, but at least they'll be the main instruments. Alright, you were a Super Italo. FM muted. There you are. Where are you? There you are. Let's transpose down. Remember, slow us down. You were also Super Italo. Well, that's what I was trying to work through before. I'll just leave it where it was before. Shiny lights, where are you? There it is. I was past that section. Alright, and this was the bass. You were rich jazz before. Now that's obviously not any of the other reverb changes or equalizer changes, but I want to hear what we're kind of working with. So let's find out. See, that's still kind of hitting the same effect like that one had. I hate that we're missing that other the I was gonna call it wums on it because that's what I just said. But it's doing so much to allow us to just breathe with the main melody. These things don't play well together sometimes. Yeah, I knew I was gonna hate itself right there. I don't even really remember what I do with that now. I am just clicking everywhere because I'm getting tired now. Sorry. Question is, does that work better for this track than still trying to hit our head against the wall with the other version? That's clearly in the original, right? Like, I'm not, like, the swells of it. These are MIDIs. Yeah, like that's whether it's da 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 or wow wow, whatever it's wobbles like how I was doing it in the original MIDI, or if it's just a separate instrument strike that you hit. To it really needs to have that in there, and that's part of the original track. So I guess we'll keep banging our head against the other one then. But that's why we experiment though and find out what works, what doesn't work, why it doesn't. Thought process. Since we're having such a hard time finding a very pronounced main melody, just because of the wobbling it's doing to create that effect, I wonder if I should make the bass less powerful, because right now it's standing very strong, which I liked how it sounds of a little bit more pronounced nature. But if we're having to back down the main melody and having to go with something that's not as pronounced, the bass line cannot be that pronounced. It's not going to work. We're just going to keep fighting this. So maybe we should kind of back this off here to something else, so that when we do have to settle for a melody that's not as pronounced, the bass line isn't just going boom, 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 saying, I'm here, I'm the bass, I'm picking at the damn string. So let's try some other ones. I'm going to slow it down because if we're not working with something very pronounced, I think I do want this to go slower. Because before it was like jaunty walk speed in the original. But if we're having to work with the limitations of what we got, then making it more like nighttime slow stroll. Not in Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde world, but yeah. Maybe slow it down some more will help out there. Yeah, that might be too much. I'm trying to have. We might have to look for something different on that note after all, because that pluck again pronounced over the other one. It's fighting over the main melodies, unpronounced nature. Otherwise, I think the idea is kind of working. It's like that twinkly sound that the FM muted has. Almost more sounds like a waltz than a stroll. Like, I'm not sold on the 80s brass stab, so I'm just kind of using it as a baseline for, like, trying to balance the melody with everything else right now. Yeah, that kind of almost... It's not as twinkly, but... I think that works. Now let's focus again on the melody again. I was going to say synthetic keeping. Nah, it loses that. Oh, what did I use? Shift. I was trying to remember, like, what did I initially start this with that I liked? I don't think it was just the disco font one, though. Was that on Dawn's? Oh, carnival sound. No. All right. I think the other two are pretty set for what, again, now that I've kind of got the direction of what we got to do. That's where I find the right instrument. Didn't I find something? Now I'm going back and trying to remember all the things I've tried, which, yeah, good luck with that. I was already half asleep when I was trying some of these. This one I'm just trying to experiment to kind of find a sound here. I slow it down even further. That needs to hold out less, which is why I'm changing the bass. Not 100% sold, but I like where this is going. Let's see if I can dial something else on those back notes a little bit more. Not quite. Given the subject matter and like is it Victorian? I do not know my periods of time. Like that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde era, like this, like here. It's like harpsichord, but not quite. It kind of has that like that tonal nature that's like you associate with that visual style, you know, like the back. Oh yes, for fancy, yeah. I like that. Still not sold on the main melody. I kind of go back and forth. It's like I find something that's like, oh, I like this better, but I like this better, but I like this better. Alright, we'll close that off and save that, because we do like that. Just don't know what direction to take the main melody in. Because that's really the problem with this track, is that there's not a lot to work with. Again, like, this would have been 2 tracks before if I had not split into 3. So the fact that we've only got 3 main notes to 3 main instruments to kind of work with, you change one, you change a third of it, you know? That's the problem. Trying to balance this with when you got all this changing so much. I mean, if you change a third of your outfit every time you... It's like, oh, I don't know about this. Like, oh, no, this doesn't clash. This clashes all over the place now. And see, I would consider like a string, like a violin or something in there, but the way, again, the program changes are happening to create that wobble sound. Don't think it'll work with that. Well, I mean, I can try, but Chaos Solo Vox. Hang on. I'm writing this down. Because I do have to go back to it. Because so far it's been a pretty decent choice, so I don't want to lose it. Yeah, Solo Vox. Alright. If only I could add accessories. We don't have any. Because really what this does need is it kind of needs a background, like solid instrumentation, like a, well, like a back quartet. I'm not, no, don't even concentrate on the notes I'm singing. But like as it's going, dun, 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 bum, 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 you know, that kind of like back presence, because otherwise it's just so empty. Which is why you hear me trying to like flesh out and fat out some
Here
of these
is your
things.
rehydration solution.
Because otherwise, like, it's such empty space. Speeding up the track doesn't really help. And slowing it down, like, I think sounds better for our purposes here. Yeah. It really does need something more, but neither the conversion or the human-made MIDI really gave me anything more to work with. So this is what we got. Thank you, Mifa. Hydration completed. Alrighty. What about a synthetic? It would be in Super Italo again. What about a synthetic violinish kind of thing? This is gonna sound good in a moment, though. Right here. Those staccato notes. Let's try the 2 from the top. So if I had, excuse me, if I had more composer control over this, I wouldn't have made those staccato notes. Da, 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 da. I would have just made that's kind of the direction I would have went with it. But again, I'm taking apart something that somebody already kind of crafted and made very specifically in that direction. No, that's the VG music. Because again, let's remember where the original intended sound was meant to be. Individuals. What is it? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. There's media player here. Yeah, in the original, the picked instrument doesn't cut out as quickly. It has a little bit of sustain to it. Plus, it's going so quick on the tempo. Just for the sake of it. Kind of does help fill in the emptiness now that's up there. Maybe I was going the wrong direction about it. See, it's accurate, but I don't know. Because, I mean, I can't blame the original MIDI composer at all. Electric Mayhem, whoever you are. If you were trying to do basically an accurate representation in MIDI, you did your job well. I mean, I can't fault the composition in that. But it's like so much I want to just add something more to it. Yeah, that would have been me, but I'm not composing this. But that here I am being two-faced. Haha, two sides. Because there was a time period where I wanted accurate, like way back when, before we actually had access to proper. Yeah, I don't like being in silence. Screw it, we're going with the tile theme. Like, I would have loved all nice and accurate MIDIs before we had access to the original soundtracks as easily as we do today. So, back then, I would have loved this track probably, if I was looking for this track. But as somebody who's trying to revitalize MIDIs, like, I appreciate the extra touches people are putting in them. So many great MIDI remasters I've done have been because people put more into it. So yeah, I've been of two minds myself, so... No, you stop. We're hearing that enough right now. Yeah, let me try dropping that down an octave. I don't think it's going to sound right, but... See, it's just begging for something to be in this range. It doesn't quite sound right, but it's almost like we need something to fill in this range. Because otherwise the notes themselves sound better here at this octave. But it's like we got high octave, we got the high pitch, high tones, and we got the low tones covered with the bass. But just really want something in the mid. The mid! We want mid this time. As much as I was liking the slower direction, this is sounding a lot better at closer to normal tempo speed. Let me kick it down a little slower, like not quite where I had it, but... Three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like this tempo. Plus the way everything's kind of reverbing and coming back around. Compromise between the slower that I had and the fast that it's supposed to be at. Let's hear that again, actually. Save and hear that again. Still begging for something in the middle, but now, speaking of the original track, I imagine the original track's also kind of lacking in that section too. Let's hear it. So again, accurate. Well, actually, that one kicked up the bass up. So it would be like right here instead. But then you've lost everything below that area. Needs something to balance it out. Again, just begging for some sustained notes in the back there. Keep saying that like I'm not able to do anything about that. I'm curious about trying something. Dangerous because it could break the worried about breaking the arrangement. Save arrangement as. I'm gonna try something. All right, where is it? It's channel 1. Oh, where is it at? Because I haven't had to do this in a while. Copy and paste? Yeah, it was. Yeah, sawtooth. That's right. Yes, sawtooth. Okay, now I gotta remember how to do this because it's not exactly as you would expect. Oh, why am I moving that? Because I wanted to. Can I zoom this in? Don't think so. Looking for any kind of zoom or something? Probably not. All right. God, this is gonna be hard to line up here. All right. What was it? No, I don't want to change that. This is, oh, it's cut off. That's why. That's why. Copy. Paste. No, that's not how it was. How did this work again? Oh, I think I made mad. I said, doesn't quite work the way you expect it to, maybe. Because you'll think, oh, just copy and paste, right? I mean, y'all saw me doing it with MIDI editor earlier. It's like, yeah, but, and you're probably asking yourself, why aren't you just doing it in MIDI editor? Because of everything else I put in here with the effects to try to change it up and fatten it up. I'm not sure I can reproduce that right off the top of my head. All right, how's this? How about I close it and I'll reopen it? We'll see what happens from there. Oh, that's not how it was. Oh, geez, how did this work? That's okay. I wish I could zoom this in, though. I don't know that I've got it. Because now we'll get the copy. Yeah, because see, look where the thing's at. I don't think I copied it right. Why is it blue? No, that wasn't it. Well, I shouldn't have you all in silence, so. Well, I try to remember how I did this. I swear I've done this before. See, I definitely didn't copy all that then. Oh, right. I think I got it. I think I need to highlight, then drag down, then copy and paste. I really wish there was a way to zoom that in. I was making a comparison analogy for this, trying to say like how there's only 3 pieces to this. Like I separated, originally it was 2 pieces, 2 instruments, that's it. And I separated the upper and the lower. Okay, then you can't hear him. Yeah, never mind. Just analogy. Did it paste all right? Because before it looked like there was a gap there. Now it doesn't look like there is one. We'll find out. Super Italo. Okay. Nope. Not. I'm gonna try to. I still need to put that back where I had before. Not that much. I was expecting it to jump 6, not 12. Okay. Whatever, good enough. Good enough for it's for. Text strings 2. I dropped it down an octave. We'll put it on the same bus. That's probably gonna affect its volume, but bus 2. Hello? Why'd you change your bus? See, I lost some notes in the process. There's a couple of notes, yeah. Didn't copy and paste over properly. Dang it. What am I doing? I'd say there's no arrangement. Right, test 3, I didn't do anything, right. Don't save it out. So I want it to be reset. Because what I'm trying to do is basically do an octave down on the same main melody here to see how much that does or doesn't work to kind of fatten out that midsection that we're missing there. Really wish that would move in. Wait a minute. Ah, there it is. Why would you want to get here? This program, it's done a lot for me, but oh, buddy, sometimes the choices that they made. Also, why is it not like at the beginning? I think that looks lined up. All the notes there? All the notes are there. Okay. Let's try this again. Text strings to... Okay, transpose. Down. Can I get this on the main bus here? That's not changing. I don't know, but... Not sure it's really helping it or not. There's one I know for sure. Because low notes kind of travel a little bit... Well, I was going to say they travel better through your ear canal than the higher notes. But, that's going to depend on everybody's hearing. Yeah. Alright, so that's without it. Some just does not sound lined up. I don't know what it is. Some just I don't know if it's just chords or something. They're just not playing well. So for in context to the video game, you are Dr. Jekyll, at this point, trying to get to your wedding. And everybody basically is attacking you. But you are not really able to attack back. So this is more of a traveling song. Because then there is actually Mr. Hyde mode, in which you are angry and fighting all kinds of things of the night. I mean, I'm going to zoom in as it goes, and that that looks pretty lined up to me. So I don't think whatever the octave is adding, I don't think it's working. Like, something just looks like it's not working right off that falling out. So yeah, I'll just reopen it. Won't save the change. Again, Phoenix, you're asking for a little too much for what my abilities are able to do with this. And some of this is based on the... Like, it's not a bad idea considering the context and, like, what the actual circumstances for why this... Like, it's essentially 4 stages away these guys get there before he can get to the chapel. But, like, it's not a bad idea for, like, a context to, like, why he's traveling. Like, in terms of, like, the song and music. But part of this is, like, this application was not designed for actual composition. And I like it like that on purpose. Because you see how long I'm taking on a meme track. Now, granted, I was tired when I started. I might be a little bit out of it right now. But I mean, not even just this, like the past 2 Sunday streams of me working on a MIDI, you see how long that takes when I'm only doing this amount of work with it. If I had a full digital audio workstation application working, I don't want to think about how long that would take me to work on MIDIs. Because I would be tempted to tweak, add, change galore. And then I wouldn't get anything done. So limitation here being part of the whole process is like, I don't want to open the floodgates for that, because I think I would just get frustrated and stop. Like, as is, I still haven't gone back to that Wacky Wheels track, and I still don't know what direction I'm going to put that in. But if I had to start working on and taking out pieces, moving them to different channels and everything like that, it's like, I don't know when I would make anything else. Like, Nightman probably wouldn't have been made. Like the track we did last week. It probably wouldn't have gotten made, because if I was taking all that time to try to adjust for one MIDI, then I wouldn't get stuff done. So this limitation is kind of on purpose, because I don't want to see what I would do if I had absolute full control over everything. Yeah, it's these parts right here. Oh, well, we experimented. We tried to see what would happen if we did another octave in there. Now that we've kind of put the speed up a bit, I kind of want to change the bass line again. Because I almost feel like it's a little bit too, well, bassy for like the tempo that it's at right now. I know, I keep changing it. But I mean, again, when this is responsible for a full third of the song, quite literally, when you look at the number of notes each one is playing, it's pretty equal. Like, these changes actually do mean a lot in terms of this context. I think that's what I had on before when I was faster. Alright, trying to see if that kind of balances out the bass line here. Yeah, I'm trying to keep in mind, like, anybody who might be listening with bassy speakers versus less bassy speakers. So I'm thinking like this kind of sounds like it's not too bassy where get dropped on something that doesn't have the best bass profile, but also like it's there for somebody who can hear bass out of their speaker or phone or whatever you may be using to listen to this. Trying to get the pluck out of there. Like, I don't mind if like there's an attack on each individual note. But I'm trying not to make sure that the thung, thung part of the higher notes don't really come through. Because accurate as it would be, you know, like obviously the physics of an actual string on a bass do count for something. But for the profile that this is going for, like, I feel like trying to minimize that string pluck sound coming through is for the betterment of the track. So I'm just now wondering if this is not the right bass for this. Yeah, because I can hear that pluck of the string getting muted, and it just sounds like something being hit in the background that doesn't belong. Yeah, because here it is normal. I seem to like that just fine. All right, we might be getting to the end of this here. I don't know what more I really do with it. I mean, as far as memes go. Uh, because if I change up the main instrument melody, I think we're just going to keep headbutting. This has a decent sustain to it, while also being okay with the staccato parts. So, yeah, I think that's going to work out okay here. I mean, if we're being honest, if it wasn't that I was so tired at the start of this that I was like, screw it, let's meme anyway, I wouldn't have chosen this track. I mean, this really is, I'm memeing right here because I was not in a great headspace. I really probably shouldn't have even streamed, but I was like, hey, that didn't stop me before, right? I got caffeinated beverages. Let's do this. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I'm not going to say, like, man, it's just terrible. It's just throw in the trash. Like, no, it's not that bad. I came out better than what Wacky Wheels is heading towards. And if anybody understands what the source material was, yeah. Like, it's a little jaunty walk track. And that's what it ends up sounding like. Just trying to add a little bit more to the start of these ones since the bass is pretty well defined. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is one heck of a confusing mess success. I don't know. I think we're done though. Just listening for any other bouncing tweaks. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I'd want to change, and I spent all that time trying to change the main melody here, and this works out pretty well, just like I said, between the sustained parts of the instrument and how it handles the staccato parts later in the tune, so I think that's gonna be the track. Are you happy you saw me do a meme track, everyone? Because, yeah, let's get that going again, since I'm just basically gonna be talking. Yeah, like, again, I wouldn't have chosen this track, but if I hadn't been in a weird mood to do a meme after seeing it, I mean, I'm sorry, it was just like, it's right there. It's the only one. You know, hang on. I doubt there's gonna be anything else elsewhere. Yeah, Mirrorsoft and Info, another one. Mods are more like your actual VGM tracks, but MIDIs is where we would come in. Where it would, come on, brain. Where it would apply to what we're doing today. There we go. I was gonna phrase it a different way, but the words weren't coming out, so screw it. I doubt that there's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde here, unless that's the one track from from bgmusic.com. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, they got nothing more. So I mean, I'm curious. Dr. Jekyll. It's a Y, right? Yeah, fine. And yes, MIDI. I am very curious. What? So I decided to make a MIDI pack that replaces all songs in Doom 2 with one track, A Walk in the Town. What the fuck? Where they got the file from? Gee, I wonder if it is. Electric Mayhem, yeah. Somebody put this in a Doom mod. I think it's safe to say nobody else made any other tracks. Okay, I was just curious. Yes, everyone in Doom 2, it said. Oh. Just shaking my head. Shaking my head, holding the bridge of my nose. Because I don't know what else to do when you hear news like that. Alright, same as last time. I'll do some more bouncing tests between the two speaker sets I've got. I think this is going to be fine to record as it is, because I don't think there's anything that's really overpowering one section or another. Because it's so separated. I don't think I have to worry about anything blending into anything else. Yeah. So I'll get that recorded, ID tagged, and upload it to the Discord. A little bit later. Probably might get some dinner first, though. Or maybe I'll do that first, then get some dinner. I could probably wait a little bit longer to eat. Don't want to eat too soon since my big lunch. So yeah, another meme has been born, I guess. Do you all like it as much as Back to the Future? Maybe not. I will get food, Mifa. It's just a matter of, like, I don't want to eat too soon between my meals. Let the stomach digest. I keep staring at Double Dragon too. You know, at this point I'm curious. Since I was so involved in, or not involved, but so enamored with Final Fight 2's track. Dragon Ball, F-Zero. Well, of course, Final Fantasies are going to take all the... Alright. Front Mission, Fire Emblem. Wow, actually. Huh. Just regular Final Fight, no Final Fight 2, really? What about Mirsoft? Is that why I have not considered it before? Because nobody made any MIDI tracks for it? Firefight. Fire Emblem. Final Fight? Yeah, just no Final Fight 2. Huh? That would be why. Now, one nice thing about SNES music, though, is that because it basically behaves like a MIDI as it is, Won't be perfect conversion, but the Shadowrun tune for Uptown was a convert job. So it could be possible to get something out of there, but that one was a project of love because Shadowrun's music is really good on SNES and very underrepresented in MIDIs. I put a lot of time onto that one. So I don't know if I'd do that Final Fight music as good as it is, but yeah. Might consider that, but that would be why. I was like, man, why have I not done this track yet? I'm like, that'd be why. There was no MIDIs. But Double Dragon 2 definitely has some MIDIs available. Did I even grab any yet? Double Dragon. No, I've got no Double Dragon grabbed yet. I'll have to rectify that off stream. Anyway, so yeah, that is the birth of a meme from the mind of a wolf that is probably should have went to sleep and caught a nap instead of streaming. Yay. The woo that should have went to sleep.